Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? My name is Tony Rizzato, and this is another episode of the world famous, the University of Love, the best podcast at 123 galaxies. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you and I, we just call this show Online Marketing Moves, and we are coming to you live today. Today is December the 31st, 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, first off, I want to say happy birthday to my cousin, my brother, the best man at my wedding. His name was Coley Cole, and Coley Cole passed away 2 years ago. Today, he would have been 43 years old. Happy birthday, Cole. You know I love you. I miss you. Coley Cole was a good guy. But ladies and gents, today is the last episode of 2022. We're going to close this year out with a great show. Now, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, what most people are going to do, they're going to party. Not most people, but the illusion is most people, they get drunk. They go out to New Year's Eve parties. They say what they're going to do for the next year, and then, of course, as you all know, nothing happens. But ladies and gentlemen, if you listen to the show, you know that you are going to be the complete opposite. Ladies and gentlemen, next year, this show is going to be a lot better. We're going to make this show tighter. We're going to make this show more congruent. We're going to make this show very polished. Right now, for the last 2 or 3 years, this show has not been the most polished show. I know this, you know this, but that's okay. Like everything else, we're swimming. Hey, listen. Podcasting is a great way to get your name out there. Podcasting is a great way to get your ideas out there. But as you well know, we haven't done the most marketing. We haven't done the most whatever. But it does not matter. Next year, we're going to get all that stuff started. We're going to really hone in on the marketing part of the show, because I believe that we have a great message, but we need to spread the word, and we're going to do more. I'm going to more of a focus on copywriting, more of a focus on email marketing, more of a focus on how you can generate money. You know, a lot of times we talk about the belief system and, you know, what you can do and all that, but we need to get down to the nuts and bolts. We need to get down to the meat of the potatoes of the matter. How to get this stuff, what to do, and how to keep it going. You know, how to really get a business up and running. You know, we're gonna dive into the whole kit and caboodle. And before I end the show, while it's on my mind, I want to say thank you for listening. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you that have tried to listen to the podcast, stopped listening to the podcast, just started listening to the podcast. It does not matter. I greatly appreciate each and every last one of you. I remember one part I used to try to get people to email the show, but it's very far in between with the email. So one day when we get it bigger, people will definitely start writing in, you know. Rate and review the show if you can. I got to start throwing that stuff in there on a more consistent basis. But today, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to tell you, while everybody else in the world is partying, if you have ideas, I'm going to tell you this right now. If you have ideas, do not try to keep them in your mind. Because I told this story before, but this is a great story. I was driving the truck one day, a long time ago, and I had an idea for I had an idea for an article I wanted to write, and I was in Arizona, and I was on I-40, like going towards the Grand Canyon, and I was like, next stop's in 20 minutes. I'll stop. I'll write the idea down. By the time I got the 20 minutes up the road, ladies and gents, the idea was out of my brain. It was gone. I couldn't write the story. I had nothing. And so, you know, when that stuff happens to you, try to get it on a scratch piece of paper real quick. You know, just try to, you know, write it down, keep it, and then put it into your notebook or whatever. But keep a little book full of ideas. Keep a record of, you know, your goals. I'll tell you something that worked out for me. Every day I wrote, one of my goals was to have a baby, you know, of course. And we all know how you, it's different ways to have a baby, but you know the main one, the fun one, okay? And so my wife at the time, she was, you know, she went to the doctor. They said, you know, you might have a condition or you might have trouble, you know, carrying a baby, whatever. And so, you know, I said, you know what? I'm going to write this down every day. I'm going to write, we're going to have a baby. 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 And I wrote it down every day for 8 months, 9 months, something like that. I wrote it down every day. And today, what makes New Year's Eve special to me, it's not about the parties or whatever, you know. It's my wife told me on New Year's Eve that she was pregnant with our daughter. And that made me very happy. And that was in 2020. And so it was like New Year's Eve. And I remember she said, I'm pregnant. And I said, yes. And up until then, I had been writing it down every day. And it came true. And I will tell you a story. I told my mom the story. She did not believe me. It's about, and you don't have to be a believer or whatever, but it does not matter. But every day for the last 3 months, I miss saying, I pray. I say, God, I need $2,500. I say, God, I need $2,500. Because I had something that I want, that if I could just get an extra $2,500, boom, pay it off right there, boom, it'd be done, So every day for the last 3 months, I say $2,500, And then I got a bonus, for some stuff I'd done on the internet the other day. And I checked my account, I checked my business account, my hardly used business account, and boom, $2,500 was in the account. I said, you see there, things happen. Now, I didn't write that down, but I told it to a person that keeps a better track record than I can, okay? But for you, write stuff down. If you have goals, financial goals, health goals, spiritual goals, and I mean goals like, I want to lose 20 pounds in January. Now listen, one thing that I will tell you to do is, have you ever put in anything together? Have you ever constructed anything? The best part about constructing stuff is, you do one thing, then you do another thing, you do another thing, and then you do another thing, and before you know it, you have this whole thing put together. I'll give you a better example. I remember once I had a trip from Pittsburgh, California. I was going all the way to LA in the truck. I had 3,000 miles ahead of me, okay? I picked it up on a Friday, had to be there on Tuesday. And I thought, bleepity bleep bleep, what the, and I say, you know what? Today, let's get here. Tomorrow, let's just drive, and we'll see where we at. And so the first day, it was like 400 miles, wasn't a lot. That Saturday, I drove about 650, and I said, all right, we're 1,000 miles ahead, Sunday, drove another, 600. Boom. I'm like, all right, we are 600. We're 1,600 miles into this journey, huh? And I think it was shorter than 3,000 because it didn't take. It took me like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, but it don't matter. But the point is, those 4 days, I just said, let's construct each day and let's make it over here. Let's cross these states. Let's cross that state. But the thing about goals is, don't say, I want to lose 200 pounds by ... Every month, every day, say, hey, I want to stop eating this, or I want to start doing this, or I'm going to go to the gym every day. Commit to these little things. Commit to the little things. Commit to the little things. And before you know it, you'll be losing weight. You'll be feeling better about yourself. It'll be your whole thing, and you won't have to worry about it. The more you focus on smaller things, the more they turn into big things. And it's just the way it is. It's just the fact of the matter, And so for you and for me, let's break down these goals. You can have big goals, like my wife wants to spend $250,000 renovating our house. Okay? $250,000 renovating the house. Now, I got $2,500 over on Friday. But you know what I told my wife? I said, I'm going to use my mental capabilities, and I'm going to write, I'm going to copyright, I'm going to do all that stuff I'm going to do everything, in my business, in my online business, to make the renovations happen, And I told her that. I said, it might not be 2023. I said, before you know it, 2024, 2025, we'll be getting pipes, we'll be getting roofs, because one thing about when you buy an older house, it's like a walk-in project. It's always something to fix. It's always something to do. But it's not a big deal, You just keep doing it, and keep having the funds to do it. And so, that's that. And so for you, just don't look at it. Don't look all the way down the road. Say, hey, today, what are we doing today? What are we going to do tomorrow? Every day. Live in the present. I know that people say that a lot. And I tell you, I get in trouble, I start daydreaming. Daydreaming and I'm thinking of you. Daydreaming and I'm thinking of you. I start daydreaming. I think about, if I won the lottery. I'm never going to win the lottery. We all know that. I'm never going to win the lottery. Not a big deal. But when I start daydreaming about the lottery, I get distracted. I'm out of the present. I'm in the future. Sometimes you think about the past. My brother. I give you a good story about the past. And I saw my brother today. We spent a couple hours together. We had a nice time. I told my brother, I said, because my parents, they moved when I was 21. They moved 20 miles up the road to another town. We left the little town, moved to a bigger town of 20,000 people. So they've been living there for the last 23 years, okay? It'll be 23 years next year. And so I've came to visit them more in that town than the little town I grew up in. And so I'm telling my brother, I go, people don't know me anymore down here, So that's cool with me. I don't care about the past. I had friends. I don't have friends that live there anymore. I don't know too many people that live there anymore. It's not a personal thing. It's just a life moves on thing. When it comes to friendships, relationships, I live a lot in the present. Who's my friends now, not in the past. I have some memories, some good times I had with people, but it's in the past. It's not a big deal. I love them. I'm always going to love them, but it's in the past now. And so my brother, he was yapping. He was like, oh, man, come on. No, people know you. And we ran into our old math teacher at the grocery store. And he said, hey. And she said, I'm seeing you again at the grocery store. And I'm standing there. And clearly, this woman does not know who I am. Clearly. And I'm fine with that. Because I went to high school 25 years ago. A long time ago. And he said, "Hey, you remember my brother Tony?" And she said, "Nope." And I said, "That's okay." And she said, "What's your name?" I said, "Tony." And she said, "Oh, okay." And I said, "See you later." And we walked off. And I looked at my brother and I said, "I told you, not a big deal. I'm in the moment. She's in the moment. We don't care." She was a nice lady when she was my high school teacher. I was nice to her. She was nice to me. Our relationship was over in 1997, okay? It's not a big deal. My brother, he hangs on to that kind of stuff, and it's not that big a deal. And so the more you are in the present moment, the better off you will be. And every day, if you just wake up and look at your goals and write them down, cross some off, look at them, write them down, cross some more off, write them some more down, cross some more off. You wake up every day, you go, I'm gonna do this, you know. Don't be like I used to. Oh man, you know, I could take 2 days off and I'm not gonna write anything. And because as I told my brother today, when you stop working out, you go, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. A week will turn into a month will turn into 5 years, okay? It happens like that. And so, ladies and gents, we're going to wrap this show up. But, like I said, I want to say thank you for listening. Thank you for being a subscriber to the podcast. As always, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. But 2023, we're going to make this show a hell of a lot better than what it's been. We're going to do things and stay with us. And you can always say I was one of the young listeners of the best podcast in the galaxy. Okay, but ladies and gentlemen, that is it. I appreciate you. We will be back tomorrow we'll be back next year with an all new episode of Online Marketing Moves. But until then, my name is Tony Rizzano. Thank you for listening. And as always, everybody, peace.